Okay, Mound City. It's unusual for this dog to see anybody here. And they got a no loitering after business hours warning. They were open from 11 to 3. Oh, but they'll be closed tomorrow. God dang it. Well, this is not an option. Alright, Mound City, Illinois. Mound City, Illinois. Alright, I parked at Thebes. And they do encourage camping over here. And somebody's set a fire and then walked away from it on the campground. So there's really no pay sites. I'm thinking I could just get away with it. One thing I'm a little angry about is the fact that the smoke is coming kind of at my car. I might want to back up to be out of the airflow, because this looks like it'll be going for a while. Feels nice. Wow, it's cool out. So I just pushed my car back. They don't advertise this as a campsite, but they've got all the amenities that are, well, there's probably no electricity actually. It's kind of set up to be a campsite. I'm thinking I can get away with it tonight. It's a little known spot. Alright, this ship got my attention. There's a spotlight on top of it, and it's shining that spotlight on the bridge, one of the legs for the train bridge. We're on the Mississippi River, and this guy's just shining it, and every so often it'd like move. But he's got his spotlight focused on the leg of the bridge. You can see a little bit of a light. Oh, that's okay. A tugboat's pushing about 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 barges. A barge boat pushing several barges using a spotlight and just making sure that he's not going to push the barge into the bridge at night. I think he's entirely relying on the spotlight. That takes some attention to detail. They have likely crashed into bridges in the past. This is their methods for not crashing. Seems like that bridge makes all the cars look kind of small. Alright, so I started out with potatoes and then added these grits. All that I have for anything kind of decent in this car. It's only been a couple of days since I've been in a grocery store, but I just don't carry a lot of stuff. I should probably dump my dried potatoes in favor of holding more grain stuff and then carrying fresh potatoes. It's rare that I cook these together, but I just haven't been to a grocery store in a couple of days. So the Mississippi is getting a lot of erosion along the shore here, pulling down massive trees. They can't grow roots large enough to save themselves. That looks like a healthy tree. And this is a massive bridge for 2 sets of train tracks. And they'd have no problem parking cars right on the bridge, and also running another train through at the same time. It's kind of interesting. And there's this Romanesque structure over here that looks like impossible to get to on foot, actually. It's in the send the drone over to look at it. That's the best I could do. Yeah, there's big ditch, drainage ditch. I'd have to go down in to look at that. Wow. The drone can fly over it and through it, inspect it so better than me under this, in this type of situation. Okay. Alright, this historic courthouse has stairs. I didn't notice before. I had to come down this road a little bit to see those. So I'm gonna go up there and take a look. It kind of looks like they used to hang people from the front. Looks like a setup for that. And also the city has this on display. Looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Door open. I never seen this before. Huh. When I was in the military, I never got that warning. Oh, it's kind of stiff. We support the soldier. Customer support? Like they're selling these to the public? Park brake, spider web. Yeah, it looks in pretty good shape. How many miles does it have? A little reading over there. What is that? Push to reset filter H2O vacuum. This isn't one of those. There's a newer one that allowed you to lower the air pressure in the tire purposefully. Oh, but I don't know if, oh, they got a spare tire here. Do not fill above this line to allow for expansion. Huh. Got a lot of warnings. Mound. This is militarized. So somebody put up a yellow chain for some reason. The stairs look a little beat up. It's just a caution chain. Use at your own risk. And I don't think the, oh, almost tripped there. I don't think the risk is that bad. And I saw this house from the bottom. Oh my God, like a state trooper lives here? It's quite a climb. I guess I could just walk right over. I don't know. Oh gee. Alright. Yeah, is this just a historical building now, or most likely? It doesn't seem like it would be actively used as part of court proceedings. There's some signs on the bridge. Also, they got the log cabin where the judge used to live. Free admission, but they're closed for the season. They reopen in spring. Huh. And they got a weird lock on there. Sure, people could just get a peek inside. It's just one big courtroom. In the original format. They got a security system. Judge sit up here. Yeah, I think that's where the judge sits. Okay. Interesting. Why do they got such a balcony in the front? They got quite a glamorous balcony in the front for the judges to... Oh, you can't even access it. Didn't I see stairs of some kind? Some animals burrowing underneath. I thought I saw stairs that led up to it. That's weird. Looks like it's unlocked in the front. Probably permanently, permanently sealed. Oh, there's stairs. Stairs on the inside. Okay. Oh, they're like separate. Maybe this is where the inmate meets their lawyer. Have separate rooms. Yeah, these log cabin recreations, they got to put cement in between all the logs. Padlocks. Electricity too. Oh, motion detection? Okay. I guess. Well, it feels like this can open up. This looks new. Nope, they screwed it. They screwed it shut. They didn't want any access to the window. What the heck is... Wash tub put in the stump of a big tree. Big stump of a tree. It's not a copper wash tub though. They can't put copper wash tubs on display. Those aren't quite junk. Yeah, it's a whole brick foundation. They wouldn't see this back then. So they had enough resources to build up this old courthouse from 1848, I think. For some reason, there's an old coffee mug just sitting here. All right. Not sure what to think of this. Oh my God. This looks like an old jail cell. How dank. For the courthouse, they had a jail cell down here? Wow. These look like rooms. Hard, secure, whatever latch, door thing. Oh my God. Looks like a bed in a room. This would be, yeah, maybe a toilet here. I can barely stand up. Yep. They got the bars. People would have to sleep on bars. 2 cells. Oh, it's so stinky. This is the original door. Wow. Just a thick wooden door. So it'd be a temporary deal, but it would put people in the jail cell. The person would be able to stare out at the Mississippi River. Can't quite... Looks like a car thing. And probably some kind of water, maybe. Jeez. Probably just a max of 1 person. Somebody brought in a mattress for some reason from a couch. Oh my God. Very small. So the Recreation Society built up the courthouse, but just kind of left this as is. Is this everything to completion? I don't think so. You can kind of peek inside. it was definitely a handmade. Oh, and then it's a camp spot now for campers. Jeez, what a horrible feeling it must have been to be jailed in that. Although you'd have a good view for this side of the river. Being in this is kind of how it feels for these animals over here. Too many and too small of an area. All they could do is just stand around. It's got to be standards for that. How did this happen? An old, oh, it's so soaked. Old baseball bat. And these boats roll through quite a bit. I have no idea what they're carrying. And there's nobody in the front watching. Everybody watching is, I guess, in the back. And they have a spotlight on top. Two spotlights. Then they know where the bridges are somehow. They must get alerts of some kind. Makes a ton of noise and pollution. I'm glad that the wind is not blowing from there over here. Just a gradual movement. Passing under the bridge safely. Alright, what are those sticks for? There's nobody on the front. They got a flag. They got some sticks in front. Are they like... do they measure something? Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Alright, so I had a real problem that ended a couple of days ago now. And I think I can safely conclude that it was an infection that I was suffering. For a few weeks I had this burning, like an inflammation type of feeling, and things would just like get tight. So it was a tight burning feeling after every time that I peed or pooped. I didn't fully understand. It kind of came on suddenly, this fast infection that lasted for a couple of weeks. It didn't really seem gradual. It seemed like it just happened suddenly. And I went through a lot of different tests, personal tests, to try to figure out what could be it. I was thinking maybe I need to have some certain herbs. Maybe I need to exercise in a certain way. Maybe all this sitting is not helping the situation. And none of that helped. It turns out it was just me not changing my underwear. I had the same underwear for a few weeks, for a few months. Just didn't change it out. I actually threw out that underwear. It went from white to brown. But there was an infection in the fabric, and every time I got done peeing, like, it burned a lot. And then when I changed the underwear, it stopped burning afterwards. So there was some kind of infection that just kept reoccurring because I kept wearing the same clothing and making it continue that way by the a contact infection that I was doing everything but you looking at that type of infection. I was looking at everything but that. Cancer, I don't know, environments, just my health in general. Nope. And with the new underwear, it's fine. And I gotta maintain clean underwear. I wondered if the pants might have something in it, but I've been wearing this same underwear for a few days now and no problems. It's not like I could change underwear every day like a home dweller. I have to kind of hold off on that. I haven't been to a laundromat in a long time, maybe 6 months. So I'm gonna have to consider more changing clothes just to prevent infection. So in this case, I was experiencing the burning, and I noticed it was particularly bad after peeing and then walking. If I stopped moving, then it wouldn't hurt as much. So I think that was an inflammation, a swelling from the infection, and when I moved, I was making it worse. It's very frustrating. I think I might have experienced this in the past, but I can't remember actually. But this is definitely a memorable experience that I want to make sure that I consider as a possible issue. I try to look at environment, diet, exercise, but changing of the clothes now. I haven't changed my socks in a while. The pants I kept for a few weeks now. The same shirt has been on. I've worn the same shirt for weeks now. I don't change my clothes very often. I sleep on the same material all the time. I try to shake it out as often as I can. But wherever this underwear picked up the infection, it could be several sources. Could be the bathrooms I used. It's some way just touching and moving things around. Sitting on all kinds of chairs. There's a lot of stuff I've been touching and then wearing the same clothes, sitting on different chairs. Yeah, just all of that. But it's happened, and it's a cleanliness issue, an infection issue, a germ. You use germ theory for this. This is nothing to do with Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine doesn't really study germ theory, so it's another aspect of health to consider. Burning and discomfort. You got to ask what's going to happen. What do you do for that? I tried magnets, putting magnets on my underwear to try to relieve the inflammation. Temporary solution. It helped a little bit, but that's a temporary solution. It wasn't the solution. It's an infection, and I just can't. I can't deal with infections like that. They lead to death. They lead to worse problems. If I can't diagnose the problem fast enough, this took me a few weeks. Changed and ultimately it's changed the underwear, and I got relief. So I didn't need to debride the area. I didn't need to I didn't even need to clean the area. I just changed the underwear. Stop the contact. There's there's contact to consider too. Am I in contact? It's like when I was getting the sore throats from eating out of the plastic bowls. It's like an infection was coming from the plastic, from the dirty plastic bowls I was eating out of. Why was I getting throat infections? I don't get throat infections at all. I don't. Last time my throat was sore was because of the COVID that I got back in November. That was a horrible soreness. But real infections like that I used to get, I don't get anymore because I use a lot of metal, all metal bowls. Everything I want to consume from is metal, except for this milk jug, which it's been a few weeks since I've had milk, so I'm kind of noticing that it prevents me from burping a little bit, causes burping and prevents me from burping. Some kind of maybe swelling with that, possible infection, but I gotta make sure to consider the cleanliness of my clothes as a factor for recurring burning sensations, especially with peeing and pooping. Now, how it makes burning for pooping, I'm not sure. All right, so they're connected, but yeah, both stopped. Everything stopped down there for burning, and just the infection when I changed out the underwear. So that's the best conclusion I can make, is that is an infection issue that I was suffering, and I'm just making a note of that. This mall is surprisingly active. Yeah, I usually go into malls that are, well, lately it's been malls that are not so busy like this. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Closed on Sunday tomorrow for Easter. It's kind of refreshing to see a mall that's not just totally half shuttered or completely just demolished. Alright, Shelter 9's got the rules. They can ask, but that's not always followed. They can ask, and then if it doesn't get messed up, they just assume that their sign worked. But that's really not the case. County Park, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. So as I was reflecting on how I claimed another shelter, another decent shelter for the day with electricity, I have water, bathrooms up the hill. I was thinking about how I have, and nice weather too, how I have such nice free accommodations for the day. I got bit on my ankle by a ankle fly. So some ankle fly took a little bite of my ankle because I have a low cut sock on one foot and high cut sock on the other. It took advantage of the low cut sock. But I'm not going to let that ruin my day. Okay. This has been a nice relaxed day, nice casual day. Nobody really just invaded. people have like stopped behind my car, maybe pondered hanging out here like for whatever reason. And also the disc golfers were playing around this shelter, but they were kind of keeping their distance. So it's been pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna get a peek of the world's largest cup. And it's at the Rhodes gas station. Yeah, they really don't have people walk up to it. They have to put a sign saying that it's such. Well, I see your name's on it.
Yeah, I probably wrote it.
So I used to fantasize a lot when I was on the West Coast, thinking about where I would set up my suspension trainer. And I was often disappointed because it was rare to find a place to set up that suspension trainer. Largely, I gave up on it. Rarely did I use it. And now I fantasize about where to use my sticks. I have more options. Alright, I'm at Best Buy. I've decided to get that GoPro Mini before leaving the city. I'm too curious. $400. I think I got enough money. I've been shut out of my bank for a number of months because I got a call to get access again, and I don't have a phone number. So I'm just kind of guessworking on how much I got. So I'm risking it a little bit, which is not smart. Risking a big purchase, $400. But I feel like I got enough in my bank, so, and I hope they don't lock me out for a big purchase. They like to do that, thinking that it's some stranger stole my card and went to a different city to buy this big object.
Yeah, you just hold it down a little bit longer.